Love is a word I can't explain. When I try to explain it, I go insane. When love hits, I can't take the pain. It's like a shot to the head, it's a broken chain. When you have a loved one and they're gone forever, you feel a way that you have never felt before. When you know that you've been deceived, your body rejects you and your heart feels sore. To love is hard, but to forgive is harder. And when you know you've been deceived, your heart strikes harder. Love isn't fair, neither is life, but you don't have to hold a bullet and a knife. Problems can be solved, and so can love, like the moon in the sky and the stars up above.
The one, the only Tammie Le. Give a round of applause.
I might not be today's poet laureate, but as a young woman, I strive to stand as a poet warrior. And you might think your perceptions of poetry might be those that are, isolated. But today, I'm willing to challenge and battle your views with maximal determination. Today, I'm going to be making, breaking, and painting my own perception of what real poetry is. And for those that don't know the one rule of poetry, tonight you're going to learn that there aren't any. This poem is called I Used to Be a Writer. Threatening competitions, its adolescent female conflictions and sprinkles of lust potion, it constructed a beehive of emotions which disrupted an innocent smile which once used to be. I haven't written in a while, and that used to be me. Future career decisions, parental precisions, and full-on pressure presented me with a ladder too high to measure. School stress made me feel less of a strong writer. And it drove me to write when once upon a time I used to be a writer. So, blame it on the low self-esteem girls who toy with my feelings because they saw me as a threat and they made me think twice. And blame it on the self-conscious little boys who placed me as their bet and they made me break in that corner and cry. Blame it on Parliament, regulations and democracy for agreeing on thousands of examinations. They all drove me to write when I once used to write. Blame it on mothers saying, money doesn't grow on trees, honey, you yourself, you have to grow it. Or blame it on me, a bad habit, because once upon a time I used to be a poet. Thank you.
Moving swiftly onwards, I believe we have a Chidera Okoro in the house. Give her a round of applause as she makes her way up here.
This poem is called Hand Games with My Father. Each month my mother carried me. The scars I left on her body would line side by side with the ones my father placed for her. Little children would match their handprints as they played clapping games by the roadside while my father would reach out to me, but only a connection with the dome that is my mother's womb would be made, leaving a fist print for me to later match my handprints and feel the pain that she felt. As I began to cause tiredness upon her body and she could no longer fulfill the needs and demands that flew out of a mouth controlled by a heartless mind, more and more handprints began to appear upon her body. through a passage and into a room with doctors and nurses, and upon a bed laid a woman exhausted but still managed to push forth a smile at the sight of her child. Beside the bed was placed a chair, waiting for a proud father to come and rest his arms while he beholds his child. But you see, my mother and that chair became friends the first 2 times she lay upon that bed, holding her first and second child, feasting her eyes upon a chair that gathers dust over the years with no father to come and comfort the seat. I was the third and last, as she had given up hoping that he would realize the pain he brings upon his wife every time he misses the birth of his own child. When I reached 2 months, that's when she realized she had taken too much. 3 wives later, and he realizes that she was the one. The one who stood by his side, the one who gave him 3 kids, the one he used and destroyed her body day by day, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So many years later, and so many attempts to get back into my life, forgetting I was the one you tried to beat out of existence. But you see, whenever I need that fatherly figure for comfort, I go back to the stomach of my mother and match my handprints to yours as I play clapping games with the only image of you that was left for me, a faded scar of my mother's past. Thank you.
Jennifer, where you at? Give Jennifer a round of applause as she makes her way to the stage, please.
Magazine girl. For those of you who don't know, I'm not an idiot, and my self-esteem is pretty much as high as my English grades, but today I'm found smoothing innocent fingers over a silk sheet of deceit, airbrushing my better judgment. Health, page 24 and curves are in, bathing suits to suit an abstract figure of fat. Never become a size 0, but an 8? Why not? The 0% body princess, like she, caressing my eyes on the cover. Curves are in, but they'd never be a headliner, or they'd be hidden amongst yesterday's newspapers, not to be sold today or ever. The irony of celebrity diets. Diets by celebrities who don't really need diets because that's why they're celebrities. And I thought weight loss was optional, but metabolism's a mystery, and I'm scolding these calories just to find the definition. Curves aren't in. Who are they kidding? Beauty. So we've got the obvious knowledge of the phony girls in the pictures whose mornings hide from the camera the fraternal life of a model. But I'm still an artist all over my face, and I stretch my eyelashes to cement my skin. Embarrassed by our natural beauty, we blush at the dab of a brush. The permanent fashion trend of a dolly. Polka dots, acne, out. Leopard print, blemishes, out. And then we've got the cutest bags. Under the eyes, out. So sometimes I'm unfashionable. Sex. Presents shouldn't really be opened on Christmas Eve, so I'll wait until my wedding day. So now I've got to skip past these pages and dodge past their lines, told exactly how to batter my amplified lashes, the fixed second to pour a laugh onto his ego. You know the 25 things you do that guys secretly love? Well, I didn't. See, we protest against their orders, but thirst after their stale advice. Can't stand on our own 2 feet, so we wear footless tights, just as they said, skinny jeans on fat legs. The suffocating fashion of today. Not enough fabric to cover the skin, but enough to cover her sparkle. Until we're all invisible. Because every woman is becoming a magazine. And next year, originality will cease to exist. And we're going to appreciate unnatural beauty more than ever. See? I'm not an idiot. Self-esteem as high as my English grades, I know exactly who I am. But I'm still found smoothing innocent fingers over this silk sheet of deceit, airbrushing my better judgment. Thank you.